You've been wondering or you've heard about Beast Academy Science. You are not alone. And so today I'm going to give you a full flip through of the Beast Academy Science Level 3. And I'm going to show you how we're using it, what I like about it, how it's structured, how you can schedule this into your day. Is it a full curriculum or is it just something to supplement in with your science? Also, it's a secular science, so we'll go over all of that. So if you've been looking for a hands-on science for your 3rd, 4th, 5th grader, this may be a perfect fit for you. So let's dive in and look inside and see if this could be the perfect fit for your science family. Hi, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Brandi. We are a secular, eclectic, Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool family. I'm a full-time working mom as well. My husband is very involved with our homeschooling. And we have a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old. Our 8-year-old, which is a rising 3rd grader, will be the one that's actually using this curriculum. The reason I'm recording this is because after a lot of people watched my 3rd grade curriculum picks video, it became clear that y'all wanted to see more about Beast Academy Science because there's not a lot of information out there. It's brand spanking new. So today I'm gonna do a full flip through, show you how we plan on using it in our house this year, and then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because after we've been using it for a month or two, I'm gonna come back and do a review of how it's actually working for our family in real life. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. 1, how much is it? What all do you need to purchase and all that? I know that was one of the biggest things I always have is we've used Blossom and Root in the past and you just need a lot of stuff and you have to be the one planning it out. You have a feast of different things that you can pick from. You pick, you choose, you do that. This program is not like that, which I actually like. It's more open and go, and most of the supplies you need, you probably already have in your house. So first off, it's like $97 for the 2 books, which should cover a whole year, but you can buy single books at a time. So it comes in 2 books. You have 3A, 3B. On their website, they recommend this for ages 8 to 10. Then for the next level, because they only have 2 levels, the next level is for 10 to 12. I think that's right. So you could use this 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade probably, and then use the next one. But it comes with 2 books, and for both books, it costs like $97. So that's the breakdown of cost, what all you need. This is like it, which I kind of like because right now we only have book 1 out and it's so much better than having like a million different books. Now, I will say this is not very Charlotte Mason. So if you are here and you do Charlotte Mason strictly, this is not going to be Charlotte Mason at all. There's no extra books. We're doing graphic novel style. So just keep that in mind, but we like to incorporate things that aren't just Charlotte Mason in our home. And just to give some background, we are doing Alvieri's science, their general science and their natural history during the week. And then we're adding this on Friday because before we switched to Alvieri, I'd already picked this up and we want to continue on with this. So this is all you need. And then any of the supplies you need, they're very basic, like a water bottle, tissue, marbles, like it's stuff that you already have, cardboard. It's things that are already around the house. The only thing I had to order was I needed to get some balloons. That was it, like just balloons, but you can pick that up anywhere. You may already have them. That was the only thing I did not have that I had to get. So I do like that. Like most of it's just stuff we can get through the house. Now, the second question I get, is it secular? And the answer is, they don't say secular on their website. Rainbow Resources has it listed as a secular curriculum. Now, when I get into the topics you covered, are they covering evolution in any of these? No. Are they covering like Big Bang? No, but I just don't think it fits in. But I don't know what they cover in year 4 because I didn't look up that. So if anything, it's neutral, but on Rainbow Resources, it definitely said it was secular. So it's up to you and your family to dig deeper into that. That's not a deal breaker for us because we've already done a whole prehistory thing and then we'll go over it again in high school at some point. So I'm not really concerned if this curriculum has evolution in it or not. Okay, so the third question I get asked, is this open and go? Yes. It is super open to go, and I'm gonna show you a full lesson in how we structured it, but that's one of the reasons we picked it, is because it is open and go. Either I can do it or my husband, and you literally open the book and go. So then the next question I get asked is, how many days a week are you doing it? And that's the part where it's up to you, but they do say that each chapter should be done in 1 week. Now, is that how we're doing it? No, because we are only doing it once a week. So we are going to spread ours out a little bit more with some chapters. Then how we were going to do it before we were doing the Alvieri 2 was I was going to do it twice a week. So twice a week feels very manageable for this. If you wanted to keep the lesson super short, then 3 times a week. And you could definitely spread it out to 4 times a week, but you'd only be doing it for like 10 minutes, I would say. So on their website, they suggest a chapter a week. And if you did that, it's a full 36-week curriculum. Okay, so now is this a full curriculum or is it supplement? As I'm going through this, for elementary school, I believe the full curriculum. I don't think you need to supplement this with anything. The only reason we're also doing science is because we wanted to give Alvieri a really good go and try everything, see what we liked. So, but this would have been plenty for science. It's so hands-on. It is really deep concepts, as you'll see. It's talking about making predictions and all that. The other thing that I really love, and one of the reasons I picked this, is because they don't stay on the same topic for the whole year. We have struggled with Blossom and Root doing one topic for the whole year. We just get done. And so I was specifically looking for something that didn't do that. So in book 1, you have this page. And so you can check this out on their website too. But unit 1 has 4 chapters, and it's predictions, evidence, cause and effects, and engineering. Then unit 2 is all about weather. So it's temperature, weather graphs, day length, sun angle, atmosphere, and wind. Then unit 3 is survival. So habitats, competition, adaptation, feeding, protection, and cooperation. So that is the first book. Then after you did that, you would go into the second book. And the second book is unit 1 is forces, so fast and slow, inertia, acceleration, balance forces, magnetism. Then the atmosphere, so air, origins, life, climate, and eras. Okay, and as we just said eras, I went and did a little digging. So it is going to go over dinosaurs, and it says 3 billion years ago. So I'm going to say this is very secular, right? Okay, so then unit 3, traits, classification, species, life cycles, offspring, family tree, and generations. Some of these topics are actually going to overlap with what we do in Alvieri. So I know what you are going to ask. If they line up, am I going to try to line these up with Alvieri? Heck no. This is our year of ease and just doing things the way they were meant to be doing, not me trying to reinvent the wheel. So it'll just come back. So then she'll like already have the concept known, and then we'll just dig into it again. And I'm totally okay with that. They don't need to all match up. I'm good with that. So that's the topics that are covered, which I love that it is going to be fresh, and we're going to go through a lot of different topics over the year. I think this is going to be working really well for our family. If you are a family who wants to stick and master one topic, then this would probably not be for you. And just one thing that I forgot to mention, and especially since is this a full curriculum, this is aligned with the next generation science standards. So if that's important to you, the standards, this is aligned with that. So anything, if you are following that, if you have to for your state requirements, this does follow those standards. Now what I'm gonna do is take you through and show you how I'm scheduling this for the first month. And by doing that, you are gonna see a flip through of all the content for that module. Now I'm gonna move a little bit quick because I don't wanna like break any like privacy. A lot of they have really great samples on their website. I viewed all the samples before I started. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna use this once a week and how it's gonna work for us. Okay, so let's flip through this. Like I said, this is Beast Academy 3A. There's only 2 levels. So this is the first book. This is the table of contents that I was reading off all those units. Then it gets into how to use the book. And you'll see that there is the planning. Then there's activity types. So we have the comment guide selection, the labs, and the practice pages. And then we have different types of questions, which we have challenge, discussion, research, and journal, and then the standards. So then when we go in here, here's a supply list. As you can see, that most of them just call for scissors, tape, printer paper, stopwatch, thermometer, rubber bands, and then it says chapter 1 needs a marble, cardstock, rice or sand, and a variety of balls. Basketball, balloon, empty toilet paper, feather or tissue, camera or phone. Thin string, weights, the string, weights, measuring stick, large baking sheet with rim. So this is like all stuff that you have in your house. No crazy things that you have to go buy. Then we meet the characters, and then we get into the comic portion. So each chapter starts with a comic portion that the kids read, and then we get into chapter 1. So this shows us all of our activities, what the unit's about, and then we have an introduction. So this one's on predictions. So for us, our first week we'll be doing this page, and we will read the comic. So we'll go through, read this, and then we're gonna do the target lab. So here's one of the first labs that we're gonna do, and do the target lab, and you'll see it's very simple. And then we will do our practice and write what we're seeing, which I love how they have this. And then we continue to do the assignment, and then we're not gonna do this for her assignment. This is if she's still feeling like really loving it. I put this as a bonus. So we may skip this or we may do it. It's in there as a bonus, so we'll see how she's feeling about the whole thing. And then these are just more practice. And then we will do the summary. So that's our first week, okay? And then we get into our second week. This one is a little bit longer. So what we're gonna do is this is on the Friday, we're gonna do all these questions. And then we're going to pause. And then then we will do this the third Friday. So we'll get into another lab on the third Friday. So one Friday we'll do a lab, another Friday we won't do a lab. Then the next Friday we'll do a lab. And then we'll read this. And then we have this lab for the fourth Friday. And so we will finish it up. We'll finish all this. And then we will be into chapter 3. So it will take us 4 sessions to get to chapter 3. Now, some of them have less activities and less labs, and so we'll get through it quicker, but that's how we're pacing it. So if this takes us more than half the year to get through, I'm totally fine with that. But I love this. It is perforated here, so if you want to make copies or anything, you could. We're just gonna let my daughter write directly in here as a consumable, but you could also use a science notebook because it does say to do that. So that's how the whole book runs down. And then when we get back to the end, this has all the hints and strategies. So here's some like tips that you may need as a parent, or here are some tips that may help. Make sure the floor is smooth and flat. Make sure the ball is let go in the same place. The ramp each time. Make sure the ramp doesn't move. So we're gonna read this before doing it, and then this part. So here's the hints and strategies, which I really like that they have that. And then you get here, and here's all the answers. So here's all your solutions to any of the questions that are asked. So if you have an older kid that can do this on their own, then you have the answers in the back. And then, like I said, these are really easy to tear out. So then you could tear these out and put them in your own parent book, and then your kid could just have the workbook. That is a flip through of the Beast Academy Science Level 3. So who do I think this would be a good fit for? 1, if you're looking for a secular curriculum, this is gonna be great. 2, if you want something that's open and go and you can just use. 3, if maybe you want something that like your 10-year-old could do on their own. This could, like a lot of this, I feel like they could do on their own. My 8-year-old will be doing it as a family together. 4, if you want something that's very interactive and lots of labs. If you are someone who doesn't want to do labs, this would not be the curriculum for you. 5, if you want something that's more narration based and Charlotte Mason style, this would not be for you either. So I'm excited to use it. Let me get into it and get our first month down. We're starting the end of July. So let me get to the end of August. I'll come back, I'll share with you how my daughter's liking it, how we're liking it, and how we have been implementing it in real time. Because I always have a picture of how this is gonna work, but we'll have to see how it actually plays out in real time. So tell me, are you interested in trying this? Have you done it before? Are you looking for a science curriculum? What science curriculums are you loving? And let's all connect in the chat and let each other know, because I feel like science is kind of like history when it comes to homeschool. It is like the 2 subjects that are the hardest to find the perfect fit. So I will keep you updated on how it goes for us, and y'all let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss an episode.